Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Whether you are new or have been here before, I'm so glad you decided to stop by. Today's video has been one of my most requested videos and it is my skincare routine. And based on what I'm wearing, if you can guess which one we're going to focus on first, it's going to be nighttime. I'm going to break down my skin type and concerns, and then we're going to take a look at the various steps that I use at night, and then kind of talk about the products that I rotate in and out. So if you are interested in hearing a little bit about any or all of that, then stay tuned. So before we dive into my skin type and concerns, I just want to highlight on the fact that everyone's skin is unique. There's so many bloggers and YouTubers that are sharing their skincare routines, and while that's great and you can pick up different products or different tips, it really is important for you to have a better understanding of your unique skin type and concerns. And to explain my specific skin type and concerns, I'm going to use Dr. Leslie Bowman's The Skin Type Solution model. I think it's kind of the easiest to use and explain in terms of what my specific needs are. Based on her model, she proposed there are 4 different dichotomies, and where you fall on each of those scales will determine your skin type. Based on where you fall on each of those scales, you will end up with one of 16 different skin types. I am a DSPW. The D stands for dry. Even though my skin is fairly balanced now, it does have a tendency to be dry. The S stands for sensitivity. I have been sensitive prone ever since I was a little girl, and because of this, I've really had to focus on ingredients. Really looking at the ingredient list, studying that, and even when I started to get into skincare, I was really nerdy about it, and I made an entire spreadsheet of different products that my skin didn't respond to. Based on that, I tried to do some sort of cross-linking to see if there were any common ingredients, and I ended up finding things such as glycolic acid that my skin just doesn't really respond well to. Because of my experience with skin sensitivity, I really do advocate for introducing one new product at a time. Not only will this let you know if your skin is negatively responding to a product, but it will also let you know if your skin is positively responding to a product and you're seeing good results. The P stands for pigmentation. I'm a Florida girl, born and raised, and unfortunately that has entailed many years of being unprotected in the sun. I have sun damage. A good bit of it is on my upper cheekbones. I have been able to lighten quite a bit of my hyperpigmentation, both with products as well as procedures such as IPL, but it's a constant battle and it never really fully goes away, so that is something that is constantly on my radar. And unfortunately, many of the products designed to address hyperpigmentation can cause skin sensitivity. So it really is difficult to find products and ingredients that my skin will respond favorably to and lighten that hyperpigmentation. And last but not least, the W stands for wrinkled. Because I have dry prone skin and I live in the climate that I do, I am prone to wrinkle. So I have to be extra vigilant with my sun protection, especially because I have had melanoma. So now that you know a little bit about my skin type and concerns, I'm going to break down each of the steps that I use at night. Now, I do try new products, and because of that, the products will kind of change from time to time, but essentially the steps are the same every night. Now, the only exception to that is that some nights I will use a mask, and so things kind of get changed up a little bit. And if you guys are interested in hearing about my favorite masks, I can certainly do a separate video on that. So I'm a huge fan of the double cleansing method. This is going to comprise steps 1 and 2 for me at night. I found that once I started to do a double cleanse at night, many of my issues with skin sensitivity lessened. I feel that over the years I wasn't really fully cleansing my skin, and because of the remnants of makeup and SPF staying on my skin, I feel like that was contributing to irritation. Now, this is an area in my routine where I like to play around a good bit. I switch it up between 3 different types of products, and the first is a balm. Now, I must admit, when I first heard about balm and oil cleansing, I was a little nervous because I was afraid that it was going to cause my skin to break out, and on top of my existing issues with skin sensitivity and hyperpigmentation, I really did not want to rock the boat further. But I had heard so many wonderful things about this one particular balm, and my friend Marnie, Miss Gold Girl, she had gone through several tubs of these, and her and I have similar skin types. We also live in similar climates, so I decided to give this balm a try, and I can't even tell you how many I have now been through. It is from Colleen Rothschild. This is the Radiant Cleansing Balm. I'm a huge fan of this product. I cannot believe how well my skin responds to this. I love using this, especially in the cooler months when I feel like my skin just needs a little bit of extra comforting. I love the texture of this. It's really nice when you apply to the skin. It allows you to spend a good amount of time massaging. You add a little bit of water, and I love to continue that massage. It emulsifies and destroys makeup. One of my favorite ways to use it is just to continue to add water, massage and massage, add more water, massage, add more water, massage, and then it completely rinses clean. It's very gentle on the eyes. Not only do I have sensitive, prone skin, but my eyes can also be very sensitive, and I don't always take my contacts out before I remove my makeup, and this has caused no cloudiness on my eyes. This does have a small amount of fragrance, and I was really surprised when I started using this that it didn't cause any irritation with my skin. I feel that a little bit goes a long way, and this particular jar has lasted me so long. I mean, unfortunately, it was like on its side. I've had this forever, and I'm using this at least several times a week. I've been through several of the small little pots, and I think this is my second of the larger ones, and I think that this is great. I've even masked with this before. I am a huge fan of many of Colleen's products. I do think that this is probably one of the gateway products into her line, and I will probably always have this in my collection. One of my favorite things about this product is the companion that comes with it, and that is one of Colleen's muslin cloths. I find it does an amazing job of taking off any cleanser with it, and they completely rinse clean, and you can throw them in the wash. There's nothing special that you need to do with it. I find that with the microfiber washcloths, the special steps and whatnot. I'm a busy girl. I'm a full-time student and a full-time nurse, and so anything extra, I'm lucky if the laundry gets done kind of at this point. So I'm a huge fan. It's just really gentle on my skin, and I'm able to bleach them and they look great, nice and white, and I always love to see at the end of my first cleanse all of the makeup and gunk that I'm able to take off with this product. On the nights when I'm in the mood for using a cleansing oil, this one from Tula has been one I've been reaching for recently, and it's the Kefir Replenishing Cleansing Oil. This one is really nice. It has a very light texture. I'm really not much of a fan of the thicker cleansing oils. I find I end up using so much product, and it's really hard for me to get a good massage into my skin, but I find that this is really a perfect texture. Like the Colleen Rothschild Cleansing Balm, this doesn't cause any cloudiness with my eyes. It's gentle on my eyes when I'm removing my eye makeup. It destroys makeup, and it completely emulsifies. I'm also super interested in Tula's line. It uses probiotic technology in its skincare, and I think this is something that we're going to see more and more of as we further explore the microbiome, not only within our bodies, but also on our skin as well. On the nights that I'm feeling super exhausted, or I've also worn quite a bit of eye makeup and just need a little extra help in getting the last little remnants out from under my eye, I like to reach for my Bioderma Sensibio Micellar Water. This is my favorite micellar water. I find it does an amazing job of really destroying makeup. It causes no sensitivity like the other products that I've shared, and I find that it's just easy. Now, the product that I like to use with this is from the White Rabbit. These were initially sent to me, and they have these on Amazon. I will link this as well as everything else that I've talked about below. And this is the plain premium cosmetic cotton sheet, and they come like this. I've never thought I'd be making a YouTube video about cotton, and I like to cut these in half, and I find that these are great because they pick up just enough product to get the job done, but they don't saturate the cotton with so much product that you feel like you're being wasteful. It's very smooth, so I'm able to glide this over my skin, and it causes no irritation. Now I think it's a good segue to discuss the pH of your skin. While the internal pH of your body is very tightly controlled and typically between 7.35 and 7.45, your skin is different. Your skin has a pH much closer to 4.5 to 6. This was initially discovered in 1928, and it's because of this low pH your skin is acidic, and it's where the term acid mantle comes from. Anytime that your acid mantle is disrupted, it can lead to barrier dysfunction. So there's two things that I like to do to help keep my skin at a nice acidic pH, and one of them is using a low pH cleanser. So I'm going to share with you two of my favorites that I use both AM as well as PM. So the first one that I'm going to share with you is from the brand Biologique Recherche, and this is the Lait U cleanser. It's described as a cleansing milk, but it really is much more of a cleansing cream. I love using this because I feel like it really does cleanse my skin, but it leaves it nicely hydrated. And I love to use this especially on the nights that I want to continue with a really nice facial massage after my first cleanse. Now this, in addition to other Biologique Recherche products, can be a little bit tricky to get your hands on, so I will link below where I picked this up from. I picked this up from Rescue Spa. I can't say enough good things about it. I typically work with Jessica. She's probably one of the most amazing customer service folks that I have worked with. She's so attentive, and she's always looking to kind of brighten my day anytime that I place an order. So I will leave her contact information below. This next cleanser that I'm going to share with you is on the other side of the price spectrum. In February of this year, my skin went through a really weird period. All of the cleansers that I had previously used when my skin would go through a reactive time, my skin just wasn't really responding well to. I tried a sample of this next product, and within 2 uses, I knew I needed a full size. It is from CeraVe, and it is a hydrating facial cleanser. This is a fantastic cleanser. I love the texture of this. This is more of like a glycerin based, whereas the Lait U is more of kind of a cream emollient texture. So if you like glycerin based cleansers, I think that you'll really like this. It just feels really comforting and calming on the skin, and I think that this doesn't get enough praise. If you're looking for something that has frills and, I don't know, more of that sensory experience, this is not going to be that product. This is going to be get the job done. It's simple. $14.99 I think I paid for this, and I think that there's also a $2 off coupon as the time that I'm filming this on the CeraVe website, so definitely check that out. And I think you're getting a ton of product for the price as well. This is a product that I can definitely see in my collection for a long time to come. As I mentioned, there's 2 ways that I maintain my skin's pH. One was the second cleanse and using low pH cleansers, and the second is through acid exfoliation. There's 2 main types of exfoliation, the first being physical and the second chemical. Physical is going to include things such as washcloths, microdermabrasion, scrubs, hydrofacials, cleansing devices. And I find that my skin just doesn't respond as well to that. It much prefers a chemical exfoliation. Now, for the longest time, I felt like my skin just even didn't respond well to that. But the key was finding the right types of acids. I prefer an acid blend, and this next product that I'm going to share with you has a fantastic blend of acid, and it also does not include glycolic. I found that over time my skin just doesn't really respond very well to glycolic. It has the smallest size of all the acids, and so because of that, it's going to penetrate that much deeper, leading to an increased risk of sensitivity. So this product that I've been using for the last 4 or 5 months, that's made a huge difference in the overall health of my skin and has helped to decrease hyperpigmentation, is also from Biologique Recherche, and it's the Lotion P50 PIGM, which stands for Pigment 400. I cannot say enough good things about this. I had a previous history trying the original Lotion P50, and this was several years ago, but my skin just wasn't really in a good place. It wasn't balanced, and because of that, because I was still having issues with my skin barrier, it caused irritation. Now, years later, when I feel like my skin is much more balanced and I have a pretty good handle on my skin sensitivity, this has been great. They have several different options of this, so if one hasn't worked for you in the past, I definitely encourage you to check that out. The different Biologique Recherche retailers that they have, I at least know that there's several great ones in the US, which I will link below. They'll do a consult with you to see which one would be best for you to try. They have a separate one for sensitive prone skin. This one is also quite gentle like the other one for sensitive prone skin. I think that one is the V version or the W, I can't remember. I'll link that below. But this one is also very gentle, but it also has ingredients that are going to help lighten hyperpigmentation. It has lactic acid, mandelic acid, gluconolactone, a good amount of niacinamide, which is great. It's become one of my favorite ingredients. I find that this is super gentle. Within the first week of using this, I saw things coming out of my skin that I didn't even know I had in my pores. It just helped plump my skin, give it an amazing glow. I feel like it helps my products that I'm using after this penetrate that much deeper. I do feel that over, I want to say, maybe the first few months, I did start to see some lightening of hyperpigmentation that's been very stubborn for me. If you guys are interested, I could do a separate video on the various types of acids. I find for me personally, I like to use an acid blend because I am getting the benefits of the variety of acids with using one product. So usually about 2 nights a week, I like to use a rinse off mask, which I would typically do now, but since I'm just gonna go over my basic nighttime skincare routine, we're gonna move on to step 4, which is serum. Now the product that I'm gonna share with you is one I've talked about several times on YouTube before. It is one of my holy grail products, and it is from Jordan Samuel Skin, and it's the Hydrate Facial Serum. This is the large 4 fluid ounce Mac Daddy. They do have a normal 1 ounce version, and I think he also has samples now too on his website. I can't say enough good things about this, and pretty much everyone I know that has tried this, it agrees with their skin. There's just something about how simple this is, but it's so effective. It has aloe, hyaluronic acid, antioxidants. I find it incredibly soothing and hydrating. And one of the things that I like most about this is that it plays nice with other products. So I'm able to take boosters or other serums and add it to this, and it really just helps heighten the effect. And I find it also gives a synergistic effect to those other products as well. So one that I like to add to that is from Paula's Choice, and it's the Resist 10% Niacinamide Booster. This is my second one of these, and it took me about a full year to go through this. So while I think this is, $42 USD, 2 or 3 drops will last you quite a long time. Now, niacinamide has become one of my favorite ingredients. I find that it helps to fortify my barrier function. It helps to also decrease the size and appearance of my pores, helps to lighten hyperpigmentation. It has antioxidant properties. And given that I have skin sensitivity, it also helps to decrease inflammation. So this is probably a product that I always have in rotation, especially because when I first started using this, I started to see probably within the first 3 weeks positive effects. So like I said, I will usually add 2 to 3 drops of this into my Jordan Samuel Skin Hydrate, and this is a product that you can really add any booster to. So I actually ordered a new booster to alternate with this at night, so I'm excited to give that a try. Step 5 is to use some sort of pigment corrector. One that I've been using recently is from SkinCeuticals, and I'm sorry that bottle is pretty much destroyed. Most of the lettering has come off, but this is the Discoloration Defense. This came out earlier this year, and I've been using this consistently for several months. I want to say this came out in April, and I think I've got about this much left. I do use this AM and PM, and I have seen some really positive effects to my skin. I can apply this a few drops all over my face, pressing it into the skin, or one of the other ways that I like to apply this is to specifically focus on those areas where I have more hyperpigmentation on top of my cheeks. I did have an area right here kind of in my lower forehead that spot is almost gone, so I think between the Lotion P50 plus this, it really has been a great combo. I also applied this on my nose, and there's a little area kind of in my upper lip that I like to focus on. So this has 3 powerhouse ingredients addressed to fight hyperpigmentation. One of them is tranexamic acid. When I saw this, and I'm starting to see this more and more in skincare products addressed at hyperpigmentation, I was really intrigued because it's actually a drug that I use every day in my work. I do post-open heart recovery, and that's one of the medications that we use intravenously to help post-operative bleeding. Another powerhouse ingredient that I've already talked about is niacinamide, so not only am I getting it in the booster, in the Lotion P50, but I'm getting it in this as well. And it also does include a 1% kojic acid. So huge fan of this. I'm not sure if I will repurchase this immediately. I might look to try something a little bit different for the next few months. Also, if you have any products that you have found has really helped you lighten hyperpigmentation, if that's one of your skin concerns, definitely let me know in the comments below. Step 6 is using an eye cream. I haven't always been consistent in the past in using an eye cream, but I've been pretty good lately and using both a AM as well as a PM eye cream, and the one that I've been reaching for at night is from Verso. This is the Super Eye Serum. I really do prefer a serum eye cream because I find that it absorbs that much easier into the under eye area. And for me, I'm just not looking for anything that's too heavy. My concerns for under my eye is darkness and puffiness, and I feel like this really does address both. It has ingredients such as squalane, retinol retinoate, peptides, sodium hyaluronate, vitamin E, and it also has something called HMC. It helps to decrease inflammation, which is great for underneath the eye area, and it also helps to reduce oxidative stress, which can be brought on by UV light. And another ingredient that I was super excited to see in this is that it also has turmeric, which is known to be incredibly brightening. All right, second to last step, step 7, is to seal everything in with a moisturizer. This moisturizer, I can't even tell you how many of these I have been through. This is definitely Hall of Fame status for me, and it's the Kate Somerville Goat Milk Cream. I love this stuff. I just find that my skin responds so well to this. Pretty much any goat milk product that I use, my skin just loves. Goat milk is known to be very soothing to the skin. So this has goat milk lactose in it. It also has antioxidants and aloe, and it's in my favorite type of packaging. It's in the airless jar, and I find that pushing down on this really dispenses the right amount of product, so I love that. I love the fact that the product is staying fresher because I'm not constantly opening up a lid. And the other thing is I'm not sticking my fingers in this, so I feel like that also helps to decrease the spread of bacteria and germs. I have used this both AM as well as PM, and I find this is a really nice step at the end of the day. Because my skin is fairly more balanced, I really don't need a heavy moisturizer at night, and I feel like this just provides the right amount of moisture. All right, last but not least is another Tula product. This is the Advanced Night Cream. In the past, I have just used whatever I was using on my face and just taken it all the way down my neck and décolleté. Or I have taken what I call the skincare graveyard, products that didn't really quite work on my face and just kind of focused on this area. But I do find that my skin has different needs. Because your skin is having to support the constant movement of your head, it has to be very elastic, which is great, but over time, just like a rubber band loses its elasticity, it's my cat sneezing, so does your neck. So for me, I need something with much more firming, and this has been a great product. I do find that it requires a little bit extra work massaging it into my skin, but it does kind of force me to do a little bit of massage, so I don't think it's all that bad. So far I've been enjoying this. I can't say if it's really helped much with firming, but I do feel like it's helped kind of the overall texture of my neck, and we will kind of have to see if it helps to decrease also the appearance of the lines that I have on my neck from Technic. Alright guys, that is it. That is my nighttime skincare routine. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do consider giving me a like, and I would love to have you here on a regular basis. So please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so that you know when I have new videos. I would love to know if you have any all-star favorite skincare products that you use at night. Definitely let me know in the comments below. I'm always looking to try new things. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your day with me. I greatly appreciate it. I'm going to take my glass of wine and get ready for bed. I hope that this video finds you well, and until next time, take care.